Second opinion with Dr. Manolo. Today, May 8th of 2021, Nayib Bukele's devil attorney. Spiritual analysis with Marta Garcia.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Okay.
Hi friends, how are you? Welcome to Second Opinion with Dr. Manolo. Here.
Okay. I was analyzing what is going on in El Salvador, such a small country in Central America, 6.5 million people living there. But the president, a young guy, Nayib Bukele, 39 years old, he was making so many changes. He was a mayor from one of the smallest cities, Cuscatlán in San Salvador. He was mayor of the capital, and after that he ran for president. And the people gave the vote. He won the election in the first round. And after that, in the second election for the congressman in El Salvador, he got majority again. So having the majority, he said, I'm trying to fight against the corruption, against all the bad things happening in El Salvador. He said, we need to change the fiscal here because he's not allowing he has an agreement with the oppositors, and the fiscal is not allowing him to do the cleaning up of his country. So he decided to take him out. But he did according to the Constitution. So the National Assembly, they gave a vote and he's out, plus another 5 people from the fiscal area. Okay, the whole world came against him, including like the vice president of this country. Say, oh, this is going against democracy. And I say, going against democracy? What is going on?
Didn't she bite her tongue when she said that?
Exactly. So what I say is we are living like a real hypocrisy in the world, because all the top leaders, they are criticizing to him because what he's doing the best. He's still receiving over the 90% of the acceptance of the people. So when the people is giving you the vote and that proportion, means he's doing something good for them.
Something is, well, let's analyze first. He's coming, see what you said, he's coming from the smallest place in El Salvador.
Yeah.
So he came from humble beginnings.
Yes.
And the fact that the 90% of the majority vote for him means that he has a reputation that he has built through the time.
Exactly.
So he has a good reputation to a point that 90% make a decision to vote for him. Okay, so that is not a normal situation when we're talking about politics. It's always the fight. But he pretty much won the election just by his reputation, by the sincerity of his heart, the intention, and the acceptance of the people. And that is what is that is the importance of it. The rest of the world have no business saying or having an opinion, specifically if they have a lot of questioning in their character.
Yes. Now, we are living like in the world. Like when you do something good, a lot of people coming to say you cannot do that.
That is true.
Why?
We are in a point that the Bible says, woe to those that the evil call good and the good call evil. What he's doing, attempting to clean his country, rebuild the country, what else? Make a new foundation to make his country better. That is a great thing. That is a great idea. And the fact that he is cleaning up all the areas of government that are stopping the changes to happen, that is a definitely very brave decision. And if it's backed up by the Constitution, nobody has nothing to say.
Exactly.
Anybody has an opinion.
But anyway, the United Nations, the vice president from this country, the OEA, they were criticizing him. But the delegate from European Union, he studied about what he was mentioning, and he collected all the diplomacy in El Salvador to explain why he did, and he didn't break the law, he didn't break the Constitution. So this delegate from the European Union say, there is no dictatorship in El Salvador. He's going according to the Constitution.
According to the law. Something that other countries cannot really say that. You know, other countries can talk about the Constitution, but don't respect it at all.
Now, talking about this country, when the Democrat Party wins, they want to have like a fiscal from their party. Like if the Republican Party
well,
wants
if
to
you want to establish a platform that is going to make things easier easy, and it's gonna make the changes easy, and everything is gonna flow accordingly. You need to have somebody that has the same intention, the same purpose, the same vision for the country. And if he already knew that this fiscal was in agreement with the previous government, it's obvious that he's gonna put whatever obstacle possible not to let him succeed.
Now let's talk about this corrupted system in the world. It is existing for all over.
The corruption is existing since the beginning, since the time that we separate ourselves from the Creator. And if we're going to talk spiritually speaking, let's talk about the Psalm 82. The Bible says that God is sitting on the assembly of gods, the gods of the ancient times. But it's not about gods as we have a concept of gods. He's calling us to the first creation, that are the angels. Okay, so he's rebuking them, and he's telling them, why are you supporting all the evil and all the perversion in this world? Why are you influencing people to do all this evil? Why are you doing that? You believe that you're in charge, but you are going to die as man, and you are going to be judged according to all your deeds. So then that's why we believe that it's a spiritual war. Is that we have the angels are obviously superior, higher entities, so they have a higher capacity than we do, but they know our behavior, our thoughts, the way we are, and they use humans to influence them and use them as a mouthpiece to speak evil against the humanity. Because if you notice all the things that we have around the world, poverty, hunger, violence, that is a crime against humanity. It's like if somebody hates humanity so much that it wants humanity to be destroyed through violence, war, poverty, hunger, unemployment, mental illness. So that can come only from dark entities that hate humanity.
Now, to break that system, it is not easy. Like if you see like the leaders in the history, Martin Luther King in this country, and you can go Mandela in South Africa, and you can be naming people. When they're trying to do something, they're trying to kill him.
Absolutely, because it's not going with the system. Now, if you really want to have a radical change anywhere, including your own person, including your own house, if you want to have a radical change, you need to take all the roots that are creating that problem. Like you want to have a radical change, and let's use El Salvador as an example. He needs to do away with all the old thoughts, with the old ideas, with the people that bring El Salvador to that situation in the first place. So he needs to clean it up.
I worry about this. El Salvador is such a small country, 6.5 million people living there, over 90% acceptance to this person over there, so young guy. But it doesn't have enough power like the bigger countries, like over 100 million people living, like Mexico, like Brazil. Can he make a change?
Well, let's talk spiritually speaking. Okay? It doesn't matter how small people perceive you to be. If you are obedient and you honor your Creator, you are more powerful than the rest of the world. Because once you make the decision to obey the rules of your Creator, and you're standing against a monster, that's what he's doing. He's such a small place, and he's standing against the corruption, the worldwide corruption, with new ideas, fresh ideas, and very peaceful. I love the way he speaks. In the assembly that they have, in the meeting that they have, he speaks very, very humbly and very peacefully to all of them, and with a lot of backup. The Constitution backed him up. So he was not violating any law, and he was telling them legally without being rude or disrespectful. But he was telling them the truth. Right?
But something matters to me, it is like a United Nations. They say, oh, he's going against democracy. How they are worried about such a small country? He's trying to do the good things, leave him alone, and trying to fix like what is going on in other regions of the planet, like in Africa, 10,000 or more people dying of hunger every single day, and they are worried about the democracy when we have at the other side like controlling the whole continent, 1.3 billion people living in Africa. And that situation happening in all emerging countries.
Yes.
So
Well,
they have to focus on that, not what he's
leave
doing.
him alone, right? They can, because he is the new problem. He is the new stumbling rock that they're gonna find on the way to fulfill the global agenda. So he's not part of the agenda.
So we
He's
needed
not
to
part of
start
the
from
group.
that in
So
order to
now
analyze.
what we need to do is that we need to be watching what he's doing and get inspired by the things that he's doing, so we can raise up and start participating more into the politics of our own country. Because if we want to make a radical change, we have to participate. We cannot let any old governments stay on power, because as long as that happens, we're not going to have any change. We have one person that wants to make a change, but you have 100 that are part of the same, and they're going to do whatever it takes to bring him down so they can keep with their own ideas.
But you say spiritually they cannot do it.
Now, spiritually speaking, I see him very peaceful, and I see that he's protected. He has a back. He covered his back legally and spiritually. So I think we just need to watch what he's doing.
Just to finish this comment, what about the United States says we have to watch this guy? He's going against the democracy. If he doesn't follow to our rules, we are going to be sanctioning him. They say that.
He doesn't have to follow any rules. He needs to follow his country rules and his country constitution and whatever his fellow citizens want. Because every country must protect their own sovereignty. You know, the people of America or the United States, they need to protect their own country. Mexico for the Mexican, El Salvador for the Salvadorians, Honduras for the Hondurans. Everybody must protect their own and protect their own constituency and protect their own constitution, their own laws, so be sure that their country is independent.
No.
That is not hungry, that is not unemployment, that it doesn't have a lot of illness, that everybody's taken care of. That is the responsibility of the country. Now, when you start getting into everybody's business, you don't take care of your own citizens.
Now, how you interpret, like, when he called it to the diplomacy in El Salvador, everybody came except U.S. The delegate from U.S. didn't show up.
Well, you just need to look at the...
And U.S. it is the main business partner for El Salvador. So he cannot be just avoiding him.
I think that the person that criticized him as a possible dictator is a dictator on its own. That's what I think, you know. So and he was just reflecting that person is the dictator. Now he has a dictator mind, and he just didn't like the fact that he could be out of what that person wanted to be. Now, if United States didn't show up, it's a reflection of the government that we have right now. That it looks more like a totalitarian than a democracy. So they're criticizing, what kind of democracy are we talking about? They don't have a moral ground.
Do you think people from the media, especially in the world, they say, oh, he's the new Donald Trump for Latin America?
Remember, they want to put that stigma so they can start attacking. They want to bring him down because he's different. So they need to use whatever tools they have to bring him down. Okay, they need to put a name. They need to name in a dictator. They need to name in a Trump. They need to name this, that, to bring him down. But as long as his country and his faith sustain him, he's going to be able to go
so
through.
From the spiritual,
and he's going to be able to succeed.
From the spiritual standpoint, we can say he's a hope what could happen in the world from now on.
So far, what we see right now, he is a brave individual. And he represents hope first for his own country, and I think if we watch him closely, he could represent hope for the rest of the world. What we should be doing, and who we need to support, and how we need to participate in the politics of our country if we really want a radical change.
It was okay for us, you and me, to be the evil attorney for Nayib Bukele, because we are defending we are his lawyers.
We are just looking, we're just using our common sense. What he's doing and the intentions that he has for his country is just It sounds really good.
Mhm.
It sounds really
Okay.
good.
This is the time is over. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.